Wilson with Cowboy Wisdom Podcast. Tonight's presentation is 7 ways why unadmitted personal issues impact your business results financially, personally, and in every way. As hidden baggage hijacks strategy, unspoken wounds seek into boardrooms disguised as logic. Decisions get distorted by fear and resentment and insecurity instead of clarity. If you don't face it, if you never face it, you'll face your business in an unsavory way. And another thing is suppressed stress leaks into culture of your business, your life, your personal life. What's buried in silence gets broadcast in behavior. Teams absorb tension. More morale and morale drops, and productivity bends under the weight of unadmitted issues. Your silence becomes the soundtrack of your company. And that is something it is, whatever you're carrying internally in your internal dialogue, that will go into your personal life and into your business. Masked wounds block. As leaders protect their masks, they choke creativity. Energy goes into maintaining appearances instead of unleashing ideas, stalling growth and vision. Unadmitted issues never just haunt you, they handcuff your results. Personal issues ripple into business outcomes. Sassy, savvy, stage ready on why unadmitted personal issues ripple into business results, connections, communication. Hidden bagging hijacks strategy. Unspoken wounds sneak into boardrooms disguised as logic. Decisions bend under fear instead of clarity. If you don't face it, you'll face your business. Emotional blind spots distort leadership. Leaders who deny their own fractures and insecurities, immaturities, and unconfessed and unadmitted stuff misread signals, confuse clarity with control, and lose trust. If you can never admit it, you can never lead it. That's the thing. Whatever you're trying to hide from the world, admit it. Admit it to get rid of it, to rise. Unresolved issues recycle into micromanage it, favoritism, or avoidance, turning culture into a mirror of denial. How is it when you deny something within yourself, pretty soon you're denying something in your physical world? And that event that happens in the physical world is occurring for you to rise out of the denial. And see, that's something else. Don't shift out of it, rise out of it. See, I don't use the word, in my life, I don't use the word shift. I use the word rise. I rise out of the control of shift. Shift, transformation, everything is just a sideways movement. Rise is an upward liberation. What you hide becomes the habits of your team. Denial drains energy and focus, covering cracks consumes bandwidth. The business mind runs on half power, distracted by inner noise. That's with everything. But how is your personal life controlling you? Energy wasted on hiding is stolen, energy stolen from results. Authenticity unlocks sustainable growth and expansion. When issues are admitted and addressed, clarity flows, trust rises, innovation thrives. Admit, align, and amplify your whys. Why do unadmitted personal issues affect business mindsets? Hidden baggage hijacks decisions or choices. When personal issues stay unadmitted, they sneak into boardrooms disguised as strategy. Fear, resentment, or insecurity start steering choices instead of clarity. If you never face it, it's going to always be hiding inside you, controlling you. Suppressed stress distorts focus. Unresolved inner noise leaks into outer work and the outer world, turning meetings into therapy sessions. That's what stress and unresolved issues do. Turns meetings into therapy sessions and goals into avoidance tactics. Productivity gets hijacked by unspoken pain. Productivity gets hijacked by unspoken pain. What you bury in silence, you broadcast in behavior. Masked wounds block innovation. When leaders hide their own insecurities, immaturities, and uncertainty, they cling to control instead of innovation. Innovation stalls because the mind is busy protecting the mask instead of unleashing ideas. Unadmitted issues never just haunt you, they handcuff your business and control the way your business is run. Why rising out of personal hidden hindrances increases your business profits and productivity. Productivity increases profit and activity. Hidden hindrances drain bandwidth. When you bury personal blocks, they siphon energy in silence. Rising out of them frees mental voltage, but it also rises you out of mental autopilot. So focus sharpens, productivity surges. When you release inside, you claim your outside world as your liberating paradises. Clarity unlocks profit flow. Unresolved issues distort decisions with fear or avoidance. As unresolved issues are what's controlling you. Rising above them clears the lens so choices align with growth instead of defense. Profit follows clarity, never confusion. Authentic presence activates business momentum. When you shed hidden hindrances, you stop rehearsing masks and start pulsing authenticity and adventurous acumen. The vibration attracts clients, energizes teams, and accelerates activity. Authenticity unleashes your innovative business strategies. What are your business strategies? What are your business inspirations? What are the images of your business inspirations? While you take your home life to work hinders your business. Energy doesn't clock out. The voltage you carry at home never vanishes. At the office door, stress, joy, or unresolved drama all hitch a ride into meetings and decisions. Your vibe is your resume. Your vibe is your resume. Masks, insecurity, immaturity masks leak through behavior. You can try to hide your personal issues, but masks crack under pressure. The way you lead, listen, or lash out is shaped by what you have never faced and embraced inside you. What you bury at home, you broadcast at work. I did. Now that I read this, and when I was married, I'd go to work with my home life controlling it. Then I'd try to blame somebody else for what's going on instead of rising to responsibility. You rise of responsibility ascend of accountability, degress in stress. Integration beats compartmentalization. Work and home are never separate universes. They're currents of the same system. Rising out of hidden hindrances creates coherence, and coherence multiplies productivity. Liberation at home is leverage at work. Why you take your home life to work is the reason your work life and home life stay convoluted and controlled, because they run in together. Why ancestor programming and unknowingly manipulates your personal and business life. And see, that's something I'm really understanding, is we've never risen out of our ancestors' way of life, and indoctrinated education, business education. It all has programming in it. It has zero liberation or imagination. Echoes masquerade as choices. Ancestor programming sneaks in as normal, shaping habits and decisions without your consent. What feels like free will is often recycled script. You think you're choosing, but you're echoing. Inherited scripts hijack strategy. Family patterns never stop at the front door, because your family patterns follow you all over. They infiltrate boardrooms, fear, scarcity, or control tactics from generations past. From past distort business. The past distorts business visions. Whatever you're trying to think and know in your life, that distorts the innovative, intuitive visions of your life. Your ancestors' mindset can become your business model if you don't write it within the here and now's natural, optimistic wanderer's curiosity. See, that's something I just really opened up to, is the business opening up to the visionary curiosity of the way I want my business to flow. Hidden codes block innovation. Unexamined programming keeps you rehearsing safety instead of risking creativity. See, anything outside of the comfort zone is a risk to us. So the unknown inheritance becomes a ceiling on both personal liberation and business expansion. While you never decode, you can't disrupt. What you never decode, you never disrupt. And see, you want to disrupt the delusions of yesterday to erupt of today's trend-setting optimism, dawning appreciation, yesing I'm a blessing. Why business mindsets destroy personal communication skills. Transaction over connection. That is the business model. Business mindsets train people to treat conversation like deals, focus on efficiency, outcomes, and leverage. The transactional lenses strip away empathy and dissolves authentic connection. When every word is a contract, intimacy and innovation evaporates. Performance masks replace presence. Performance masks replace presence. In business, polished pitches and rehearsed scripts dominate, but these masks choke real listening and raw exchange, turning dialogue into performance instead of presence. You never hear truth through sales pitches. Metrics mute humanity. Humidity too, I guess. Business culture workshops, KPIs, ROI, and productivity. When communication is measured in metrics, nuances and vulnerability vanish. Numbers don't hug back. Why personal feelings, emotions, and subconscious programming are stronger controlling business thinking and knowing. And that's the thing. Your feelings and emotions and your subconscious programming are stronger than anything outside of the comfort zone, and they control your business thinking and knowing. Emotions outvotes logic. No matter how polished the spreadsheet, subconscious fears feeling cast the deciding vote. No matter how polished the spreadsheet, subconscious fears and feelings cast the deciding vote on the outcome. Strategy bends to the mood you carry, never the math you show. Your emotions are hidden. The emotions are hidden CEOs. Programming shapes perception. Subconscious scripts filter what you see as opportunity or risk. Business choices or decisions are never made in reality. They're made in lens of inherited programming. So reality is a lens of inherited programming. You never see the market, you see your mindset. Feelings drive momentum. Productivity is never powered by plans, it's powered by emotional voltage. When feelings align, business surges. When they're suppressed, activity stalls. Your profit runs on pulse, never paperwork. Why business ego shuts off personal prowess. Ego chooses image over insight. Business ego worships appearances, titles, wins, dominance. The obsession with image drowns out authentic intuition and silences personal brilliance. When ego speaks, essence gets muted. Control smothers creativity. Ego clings to control, mistaken rigid ways for strength. In the process, it suffocates the natural flow of innovation, ideas, and blocks the personal voltage that sparks innovation. Ego builds walls where prowess builds bridges. And if you take the word power out of your life and use the word prowess, that instigates more things within you. Performance masks replace presence. Ego thrives on performance, proving, posturing, and persuading, as prowess thrives on presence, listening, sensing, and broadcasting. When ego dominates, presence disappear. Ego rehearses, prowess resonates. Why business mindsets shut off listening. Efficiency over empathy. Business mindset sets worship speed and outcome. So listening gets reduced to waiting for your turn to talk. When efficiency rules, empathy gets muted. Controls block curiosity. Ego-driven business thinking clings to control, treating dialogue as a battlefield. True listening requires surrender, but control shuts the door. You never hear truth while guarding the turf. And truth and reality are a fallacy because they come with the ego, what's right, your viewpoints, opinions, and beliefs. It's a nowality opens up to the now, and it's a veracity is the truth. When every exchange is measured in ROI or productivity, nuance and vibration and resonance vanish. Listening becomes transactional instead of transformational. Numbers can't decode essence. Why know-it-all business ignorance shuts off intuitive innovation. Certainty cancels curiosity. The know-it-all mindset, it worships certainty, leaving zero room for questions. Questions open curiosity. Mindset destroys curiosity. Without curiosity, intuition, without questions, curiosity and intuition has nowhere to spark, and innovation suffocates and stays there. When you already know, you stop discovering. Ego blocks inner signals. Ignorance dressed as expertise drowns out subtle, intuitive cues. Instead of listening to the inner voltage, leaders cling to ego, missing the whisperers that fuel breakthrough ideas. Ego shouts, intuition whispers, and gets ignored. Recycled thinking replaces resonance. Know-it-all ignorance recycles old scripts, mistaking repetition for wisdom. Intuitive innovation requires fresh resonance, but arrogance keeps the dial stuck on static. Recycled logic never rebirths revolutionary clarity. While liberating personal issues opens free-flowing business wisdom. Inner release clears the channel. Personal issues act like static in the signal. When you liberate them, the interference dissolves and business wisdom flows without distortion. Clear inside, clear outside. So when you have a clear flowing inside, the outside's free flowing. Emotional freedom fuels strategic insight. Unresolved emotions drain bandwidth. Liberation claims the energy, turning raw feelings into sharp intuition and wiser choices with an innovative, imaginative picture of your life. What you free emotionally, you gain strategically. Authentic presence unlocks resonance. When you stop hiding personal fractures, insecurities, immaturities, mistakes, whatever, you pulse authenticity with an adventurous audacity to ride to your liberated ridges of recreation. That resonance attracts trust, amplifies clarity, and opens the current of your wisdom in business. Liberation is the key that unlocks the wisdom's flow. Why personal liberated confidence rises to energize listening, maverick questions, and rise to your healthy, wealthy lifestyle. Confidence clears the static. When personal confidence is liberated, the inner noise dissolves. Listening becomes energized, alive, resonant, and tuned to essence instead of ego. Confidence isn't volume, it's clarity. Liberation sparks maverick questions. Freed confidence refuses inherited scripts. It dares to ask the question others avoid, igniting innovation and disrupting stale patterns. Liberation doesn't echo, it interrogates. Liberation never echoes, it interrogates your innate talents to rise, shine, and energize. Confidence channels lifestyle voltage, healthy, wealthy. Living isn't built on hustle, it's built on resonance. Liberated confidence aligns choices with vitality, abundance, and authentic flow. Confidence is the current that carries the visionary voltage and carries you into wealth and wellness. Why communicative, connected, calm, fun home life opens a calm communication, feelings connected with all levels of your business. Home harmony sets the tone. A calm, connected home life trains your nervous system to broadcast steadiness. That inner voltage carries into meetings, negotiations, and leadership, creating clarity instead of chaos. The calm you cultivate at home becomes the current you broadcast at work. Playful connection fuels presence. Fun and authentic communication at home keeps you tuned to resonance, never performance. That presence translates into business conversation that feel human and wise. Human, wise, magnetic, and trustworthy. Play at home becomes presence in business. Emotional coherence multiplies trust. When your personal life pulses with openness and connection, you stop compartmentalizing teams, clients, and partners and sense the coherence and trust that rises across every level. Coherence at home becomes credibility in business. Why I mature personally before I grow financially in business. Immaturity sets the market tone. Financial growth without personal maturity is just inflated numbers. When you mature first, you transmit steadiness, clarity, and trust. The very voltage that attracts sustainable profit, personal maturity is the brand before the balance sheet. Emotional wisdom outspaces empty hustle. Without inner maturity, hustle becomes noise. Emotional wisdom sharpens discernment. So every move is strategic instead of reactive. Wisdom multiplies wealth faster than the grind. Authentic growth creates financial gravity. Mature presence magnetizes opportunity. Clients, partners, and investors sense coherence. The resonance pulls financial growth naturally. Maturity is the gravity that draws abundance. Why maturing internally opens the free-flowing, healthy, wealthy money flow. Inner maturity dissolves scarcity scripts. When you grow internally, fear and scarcity lose their grip. Decisions shift from survival to expansion, opening the current for wealth to circulate freely. Scarcity fades, abundance flows. Emotional coherence aligns choices. Internal maturity harmonizes emotions with vision. That coherence guides wiser investments, healthier habits, and more resonant opportunities. Aligned inside amplifies outside presence and communications. Communication, connection, clarity, and contours. Presence attracts prosperity. Maturity cultivates calm confidence. That presence magnetizes trust, partnerships, and prosperity, turning money into natural extensions of inner clarity. Maturity is a magnet for money flow. So when I got into a home-based business, and it said you're going to mature personally before you grow financially, and that is the truest statement. So when you want to create wealth, you grow and you mature internally, and you let go of all money controls your life, because money is an energy, but your energy is the one that controls the energy. Or I should say magnifies the energy for you to move forward. And I want to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas, and we'll see you tomorrow night. Thank you and good night.